Okay, I'm live. I'm wearing my Young Life hat, and I think I have audio. But if you can't hear me, um, please do message me in the chat. Okay, I'm live. Okay, I'm wearing my Young Life hat,
Clearly,
and I think I have audio. But if you can't hear me,
that's better.
please
Sorry.
do
Oh, but
message me in the
pushing any
chat.
of you out.
I'm
Yeah, let
live.
me know in the chat.
I'm wearing my Young Life hat,
Clearly,
and I think I have audio. But if you can't hear me,
hear me. That's better.
let me
Sorry.
please do
Or turn
message me in the
pushing
chat.
any of you out. So
I'm
welcome.
live.
Let me know in the chat.
I'm
March
wearing my
7th. I
Young
know
Life
we're
hat,
March
and I
7th.
think I have audio. But if you
You're here
can't
on
hear
the
me,
7th. And you're here
that's better.
Young
Please
Life,
do
Chittenden County.
message me in the chat.
So welcome.
I'm
Life
live.
serves
I'm
March
wearing my
7th. I
Young
know
Life
we're
hat,
March
and I
7th.
think I have audio.
Fun
But if you
adventure,
can't hear me,
adventurous adventure.
that's better.
Young
Please
Life,
do
consistently shows up for
message me
kids,
in the
building
chat.
business friendship.
So
I'm live.
I'm wearing my Young Life hat, and I think I have audio. But if you can't hear me, that's better. Please do message me in the chat. So welcome. I'm wearing my Young Life hat, and I think I have audio. But if you can't hear me, that's better. Please do message me in the chat.
Cooking out of the house.
So welcome. I'm wearing my Young Life hat, and I think I have audio. But if you can't hear
Not
me, that's better. Please do message me in the chat. I'm wearing my Young Life hat, and I think I have audio. But if you
We'll
can't
go
hear
through
me,
some of the rules. I have a
that's better. Please do message me in the chat.
yeah, no, March 7th.
I'm wearing my Young Life hat, and I think I have
How
audio.
it works,
But if you
here I
can't
am
hear
with
me,
the rules. I have
that's better.
five rounds,
Please
10
do message
questions.
me in the chat.
Teams can watch
I'm
along
wearing my
and
Young Life hat, and I
the
think I have
answers. So,
audio.
so
But if
here
you
I
can't
am
hear
set up.
me, that's
All
better. Please do message me in the chat.
comments. Teams can watch
I'm
along.
wearing my Young Life hat,
Having trouble
and I
volume.
think I have audio. But if you can't hear me,
So,
that's better.
okay, well, I try to put this. If you don't have
Please
any
do
questions,
message me in
just
the
let me
chat.
know. I can send you an email with those. If you just need to
I'm
let me
wearing my
know.
Young Life hat,
Having trouble
and I think I have
volume.
audio. But if you can't hear me, that's better.
Okay, well, I try to put this. If you don't have any
Do message
questions,
me in
just
the
let me
chat.
know. I can send you an email. Make sure to submit
I'm wearing my
your
Young
name
Life
with
hat,
that as well. Scores will be tallied throughout the game. Make sure to submit your teammate throughout as well. Score. Okay, let me try to fix the audio. 1 second. Scores will be tallied throughout the game. Make sure to submit your teammate throughout as well. Score. Okay, let me try to fix the audio. 1 second. Scores will be tallied throughout the game. Make sure to submit your teammate throughout as well. Let me try to fix the audio. 1.
Okay, I think we got it figured out. Sorry about that. There we go. So, my apologies. I think what happened was I had the stream like and the YouTube on the same monitor, so it was giving a lot of reverb. So appreciate the feedback, the live feedback, literally feedback. Um, so I'm not sure what you heard or you didn't hear, but I'm gonna go through how trivia works real quick. I know you've probably been reading this the whole time, but there'll be 5 rounds. There'll be 10 questions each, and teams can watch along together. You guys are already on top of it. All the answer sheets will be, they're not in the comment section, but they should be in the emails that you got earlier. If not, then you can comment on the YouTube stream and you can let me know your email. I can send them along to you. Scores will be tallied by my wife, Sarah, and my mom, Trisha. So thanks to them for helping out in the background. And then just keep the same team name throughout so that you can, after each round, we want to make sure you get all your points. So tally them up and then continue on with that. Makes sense. Um, so let's get started because I know you've been waiting quite a bit. So the first round is called Stepping into Spring. Spring is in the air. So that's your category. Let's move on. Question 1, round 1. For the Japanese, the opening of this, their national flower, in March or April signals the start of spring. Um, again, I mean, once you submit the answer sheet, so wait, of course, till the end to submit the answer sheet because you won't be able to go back and edit it. So you're welcome to write it out, and then you can just submit it at the end, basically. So for the Japanese, the opening of this, their national flower, in March or April signals the start of spring. And when you're doing you don't, like, if you don't know, you don't have to answer anything if you don't want to. But feel free to guess if you need to. Let's move on to question 2. What term refers to both psychological and physiological symptoms associated with the arrival of spring, including restlessness and daydreaming? So what term refers to psychological and physiological symptoms associated with the arrival of spring, including restlessness and daydreaming? Cool. Let's move on to question 3. What did the early Egyptians build that points directly towards the rising sun on the spring equinox? What did the early Egyptians build that points directly towards the rising sun on the spring equinox? Okay, question 4. What month is the Roman god of war named after? What month is the Roman god of war named after? So if you know your seasons, you might be able to narrow that down. Okay. Question 5, round 1. There's a popular myth that what can be balanced on its end during the spring equinox? So what can be balanced on its end during only the spring equinox? And that's just a popular myth, if that is helpful or not. Okay. Think about that. Come up with an answer. We will move on to round one, question 6, which is Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday that celebrates the country's victory over what country? So Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday that celebrates their country's victory over what other country? And if you have any like questions about any of the I guess any of the questions, but when we get to the answers, if you have any questions about that, feel free to throw that in the chat as well. As we move on to question 7, spring is in the air category. What is the birthstone for the month of March? What is the birthstone for the month of March? If you know your stones, or you know your months, or you know, I don't know, both. Okay. Give you a couple more seconds there. If I'm going too fast, too slow, let me know. If these questions are too hard, I can't change that at the moment, but that'll be feedback for the future. Okay, let's go to question 8. Okay, long one, so there'll be plenty of time. Born on May 8th in Missouri, this person served in World War I, was elected a judge, a senator, and was vice president before becoming U.S. president. As president, he signed executive orders that prohibited discrimination in federal agencies and also desegregated the U.S. Armed Services. So that's kind of a little bit of a hint question, but you're looking for a U.S. president. If you want me to help you narrow that down, you're looking for a U.S. president. Again, born in Missouri on May 8th, this person served in World War I, elected a judge, a senator, and was vice president before becoming a U.S. president. Signed executive orders that prohibited discrimination in federal agencies and also desegregated the U.S. Armed Services. So again, hopefully that narrows it down to whoever it might be. All right. So we got a U.S. president. Let's move on to the next question. The spring round. Also a White House related question here, but what annual event takes place in Washington, D.C. and has been a tradition since 1878, making it one of the oldest annual events held at the White House? So what annual event that takes place in D.C. at the White House has been a tradition since 1878, making it one of the oldest annual events held at the White House? You know your U.S. history. It's really coming in here. Okay. Give you a couple more seconds to think about that one. Hopefully you know your events, traditions. As we move on to the last question of round 1. So think about that. And then this next question. The Slinky is a springy toy invented and developed by American naval engineer Richard T. James in 1943. It was successfully demonstrated at what department store in Philadelphia on November 27th, 1945? So really really testing your knowledge here about if you know this history of the Slinky or the toy, um, or your department store. So we're looking for the department store. Hint in Philadelphia. This is 1945. So the Slinky was invented and developed by American naval engineer Richard T. James. And then it was successfully demonstrated in Philadelphia in 1945. But at what department store was it presented? So if you have, we will have to move on. So do feel free to submit your answers as soon as you're ready. Because I will be continuing, but I'll give you a couple seconds. But we're going to jump right into round two after that. And before that, I've got just some photos as part of, the Young Life trivia. I want to share some knowledge of what Young Life does. So this is part of um, wildlife and wildlife leaders. Here's some photos basically of wildlife leaders hanging out with some middle schoolers. They show up, are present, and accept them just the way they are. And our committed female leaders in some of these photos, they meet with a solid group of girls. So that's what you're looking at here. Just wanted to share some photos of Young Life as we're waiting between rounds. I don't even know if you heard the opening that I said because of all the audio issues, but Young Life serves youth all over the globe and provides them with fun, adventurous, and life-changing experiences. It consistently shows up for kids, building bridges of friendship and helping them form lasting relationships with Jesus. So again, thanks for joining tonight, and thanks for sticking with me after all those audio issues. Feeling good now. Hopefully that round one, you're feeling even better after that one. But I don't see anything in the chat, so hopefully that's a good sign. Let's see if the answers are coming in. They are. You guys are doing awesome. You're way on top of this. Okay, so let's move on to round two. Get ready. We're looking at the category of landmarks in kids television is the category. So remember that. It doesn't necessarily mean it's Charlie Brown themed or Peanuts, but that's the category, landmarks in kids TV. So as I go through this, we'll do this round, and then we'll look at answers from round one after this as they're getting scored at the moment. Okay. So question one of the children's TV round, Sesame Street is shown in more than 140 countries and is the longest running kids program in the US. But in what year did it premiere? So we're really throwing out the specifics, but it's a good question. I think some people probably know this. I'm sure people just like know this as like a fact. Maybe, I don't know. But you all know Sesame Street, and it's one of the longest running kids programs in the US. But what year did it premiere? Okay. Let's move on to round two, question two. What legendary animation studio revolutionized TV cartoons, creating shows that transcended generations and have forever left their mark on the medium? Such shows included Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, and the Jetsons. So we're looking for the animation studio like behind those TV shows. Okay, looking at some of those. Let's move on to the third question of round two. The show Blue's Clues encourages children to help the dog Blue solve a puzzle. But who was the original host of the show? So think about that if you've ever seen the show Blue's Clues. I won't give away any more details on that, but Who was the original host of the show? Their name. All right. Come up with that. We'll move on to question 4. Which show that ran for 29 seasons from 1955 to 1984 had characters including Mr. Green Jeans, Grandfather Clock, Mr. Moose, and Dancing Bear? Which show that ran from 1955 to 1984 had characters including Mr. Green Jeans, Grandfather Clock, Mr. Moose, and Dancing Bear? Okay. Round 2, children's television, question 5. In which animated show do siblings Max and Emmy travel to a fantasy world to hang out with their scaly friends? So, in which animated show do siblings Max and Emmy travel to a fantasy world to hang out with their scaly friends? Okay. Hopefully you know that. If you don't, make a guess. Don't submit yet, but write it down if you can. We'll go on to question 6. And in 1992, George Lucas decided to put his wisecracking, whip-cracking hero on the TV screen, turning this entire story into a history lesson for children. We want you to name the character. So not necessarily the TV show, we'll just ask you to name the character that George Lucas put to the TV screen, turning this entire story into a history lesson for children. This was in 1992, was when the show kicked off. All right. A couple more seconds here. Okay. Question 7. What anthropomorphic feel-good show on PBS is the longest-running animated educational kids program in history? A lot of details there, but this PBS show, longest-running animated educational kids program in history. And hint again, we're trying to give you these little details. Anthropomorphic is probably might be helpful to you in this question. Okay, a couple more seconds here. All right, moving on to question 8. The animated version of the Magic School Bus from 1994 to 1997 took the book series to the next level with colorful imagery and toe-tapping music. But the question is, what comedian provided her boundless energy to the voice of Miss Frizzle? So who voiced Miss Frizzle is another way to phrase this question, but we're trying to give you maybe a little bit of clues. It's Magic School Bus. If you went to elementary school when I did, you probably watched a lot of Magic School Bus, but maybe you don't know, maybe you do know, hopefully, who provided the voice of Miss Frizzle. All right, let's move on. Question 9, round 2, children's television. What was the first children's television channel in the U.S.? And that launched in 1979. So what was the first children's television channel in the U.S. launching in 1979? A little more straightforward, but not a whole lot of clues. A lot of dates in these questions, so it ranges from all generations. What was the first children's television channel in the U.S.? All right, let's go to the last question of round 2. That is, which Canadian animated series premiered on Nick Jr. in the United States on August 12th, 2013? This series focuses on a young boy named Ryder who leads a crew of canine helpers who work on their missions in their communities. So, question first this time, but what was the Canadian animated series that premiered on Nick Jr. in the US on August 12th, 2013? It focuses on a young boy named Ryder who leads a crew of canine helpers who work their missions in their communities. A lot of details there. Again, hopefully you know it or can figure that out. When you're ready, feel free to submit for round 2. I will give it a couple more seconds to let you get those in and see if anyone is starting to submit. Okay, round 2. Gotten a couple in so far. You guys are very quick. And from what I can tell, they're doing a really good job with these answers. Okay, so I see them come in, so we're going to move on to answers from round 1. All right. Looking at those answers for the spring round. So the cherry blossom is the national flower that signals the start of spring. Hopefully you got that one right. Again, if you have any issues with any of my answers here, just throw them in the chat. Question 2. Spring fever is the term that refers to the psychological and physiological symptoms associated with the arrival of spring, including restlessness and daydreaming. I wonder if anyone put like March Madness, because I feel like at that point you're daydreaming. You know, you're at work and you're like trying to watch basketball. All right. Question 3. The Great Sphinx is the statue that the Egyptians built that points directly towards the sun. Hopefully you got that one right. It's okay if you didn't. So what month is the Roman god of war named after? It's the month is March, named after Mars. Okay. There's a popular myth that what can be balanced on its end during the spring equinox? An egg. May make sense if you knew that or not. I've never tried it, but we'll see. That's why maybe eggs are so popular around Easter or other reasons, I'm sure, but that's the answer here. Popular myth. Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday that celebrates Mexico's victory over France. Nice. The birthstone of March is aquamarine. And we're looking for Harry Truman here. Was the U.S. president born on May 8th in Missouri, served in World War I. Hopefully you knew that. Again, it's okay if you didn't, because I didn't when I first read the question. And then this one, probably a little bit of a trick, but we're looking for the Easter egg roll. It's actually different from the Easter egg hunt that maybe a lot of people know of traditionally, but it is a White House event, specifically the Easter egg roll. You can be mad at me if if that one didn't work out in your favor. And then last answer for round one, question 10. It's called gimbals, which I believe is, like if we're thinking about Elf, it's gimbals, right? But I don't think it has any relation, maybe except for the name, because we're talking about Philadelphia. So definitely like back in your memory about that if you got that one right. So really good job, everybody in round one. And I'm going to now give a score update after round one. All the West Wing fans know the answer to number 5. I don't know that inside joke, but I believe you. Score updates. I'm going to do it in no particular order. Actually, just the order of when they listed it off. So we got the Brewer Bunch, sorry, with 7 points. The Young and the Rest of Us with 6 points. VeggieTale Gang with 5. Team Zoe with 4. Defying Gravitrivia. I'm reading these all in real time, even though I saw them earlier. Defying Gravitrivia with 7. 82 Ham Fam with 10. So in the lead. We got Despicable. I'm sorry. With Despicables. Thank you. With 2 points. Lucky Bobs with 4. Chat GP Trivia Champs with 3. And we have Super Swanks with 0. So sorry about that. Coming in last. Hang in there. You're doing a really good job. And I don't know, maybe you came late or my questions were too hard, so I apologize. But keep it up. You're doing awesome. We also have a lot of teams. We're looking at 10. So that's great. Thanks for joining. All right. Let's go to the next round, because all of you have come up with answers for round 2. So let's go to round 3. Let's jump in. We're looking at the visual round, and it's national flags. So there's not really a question here. Just look at the flag and tell me the country. Hopefully it's straightforward. Of that, and I hope that, well, we'll jump into it, but we'll see if you know the countries or not. So we're going to start with question 1, round 1. So again, name the country. I'll see if I have any, like, I don't want to say hints, but like any like fun facts that I could provide that may help without giving it away. So I'll see if I can do that. But we're going to start off with just this one and see if you can get this one. Okay. Yeah, a lot of them, I don't want to say look the same, but you can tell that the colors can be the same. Question 2, or flag 2, perhaps. Very similar design from the last one, but different colors. I'm just looking at some chat. All right, let's move on to the third flag of the round. Again, it's a tricky one. A lot of them have the same kind of shapes. What flag is this? And I did come up with these, and I'm not trying to like trick anyone or anything by like, I don't know, like some of them look so similar, but they are distinct enough that hopefully you can get the answer. Again, feel free to rat me out or anything if you don't like the category, but let's move on to question 4, flag 4. Perhaps I should have waited, but this one is clearly a different design, so see if you know it. maybe you've seen these flags before. I know that, like, well, maybe I won't say the hint of for this flag, but maybe I'll bring up a fun fact in a minute. But let's move on to question 5. What flag is this? What country is this? It's basically like if you're a sports fan or you like play FIFA or something. I know a lot of my friends who play FIFA like are very good at flags because they can identify that team, or if you're like a tennis fan and you see where players are from and things like that, maybe it'll come to the front of your mind. But I do have a fun fact for this one, and I don't think it's giving anything away. But the unofficial anthem for this country is called "The Old Land of My Fathers." If that helps, maybe, I don't know. All right. Hopefully that one is known, but I'm going to move on to 6. Okay. What country is this? What flag is this? Nothing fun fact to say here, potentially without giving it away. So let's move on to question 7. Perhaps a hint is that none of these flags are like specific to one continent. Um, maybe by question 7 you figured that out, but I wouldn't trick you into doing like all of them in one area. But this might be a tough one. It's a cool flag though. Okay, move on to question 8. What flag is this? The star. What flag are we looking at here? Hope the color brightness on your Zoom or your YouTube is good, but to help, we're looking at green, red, and yellow or gold, with gold star in the middle. And then we're going to move on to question 9. Flag 9. Okay. Again with the red, white, and blue. We'll see if that helps or doesn't help. I don't know. Maybe there's some clues in there that could help. And then the last flag of round 3, the visual round, is this country. What flag might this be? Okay. I'm looking at it here on my YouTube stream. I think the color is coming up okay, but if you can't see, there's a white background. Hopefully that helps, and you know this one. So I'll let you clock in your answers for round 3 whenever you're ready, as we move on to the answers from the previous round. But first, I've got some more slides, and here you can see Chittenden County Young Life's male leaders and a group, and they run a Bible study for boys twice a month. And here you can see like camp and some other instances, the boys and the girls get to hang out. So showing you some cool photos from these events. Nice. Looks like fun. All right. I'm going to hover here while I look at the answers coming in for round 3. Yeah, and a lot of you are coming in, so I think we're good to move on. All right. Let's move on to answers from round 2. Okay. So Sesame Street debuted, premiered in 1969. This is Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera is the animation studio for such shows like Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, Jetsons. I think Johnny Bravo, maybe. Question 3, Blue's Clues. The first host of the show is Steve. If you are my age, you probably knew that. But that's okay if you didn't. There's been a few hosts. Question 4, Captain Kangaroo is what we're looking for here. 29 seasons. Definitely before my time, but does not necessarily mean that y'all didn't know it. Okay, question 5. The answer was, whoops, sorry, clicked too much. See if I can go back. It's not letting me go back. Here it is. Dragon Tales. Question 5. Max and Emmy travel to a fantasy world to hang out with their scaly friends. Used to watch that show. Question 6. Hopefully you got Indiana Jones, was the George Lucas character. Arthur is the show on PBS. Feel good, animated, educational kids program. Arthur. Lily Tomlin was the comedian providing the energy to the voice of Miss Frizzle on the Magic School Bus. And the first children's television channel in the US was Nickelodeon. Maybe you've heard of it. And then answer 10. Paw Patrol. Nice. I know. I'm sure some people that I know are on this call know that one. Perhaps if they have young kids or something like that. All right. So let's, with that, look at some score updates. Round 2. Score updates. Oh, nice. We've got totals as well, so I'll give you those. Again, in the order that they are written, the Brewer Brunch in round 2 had 8 points, which puts them at 15. Young and the rest of us got 7 points, which puts them at 13. VeggieTale Gang got 8 points as well. They have 13 total. And then Team Zoe got 5 with 9 points total. Defying Gravity Trivia with 5 as well. 12 total. And look at this, 82 Ham Fam got another 10. And they have a perfect 20. Despicables got 4 points with a total of 6. Lucky Bob's got 5 with a total of 9. And Chat GP Trivia Champs got 5 with a total of 8. And Super Swanks did really well with 6. They are at 6 now. So hang in there. You guys are doing great. All of you. As we move on to round 4. What's in a name? Let's find out. What's in a name? What does that mean? Question 1, round 4. Anatolia is the ancient name for what country where we know it to be today? So basically we're looking for like what's the country known as today, or like what area would we know it as today? It used to be called, or the ancient name is Anatolia. Tolia. All right, question 2. Heavyweight great Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. changed his name to Muhammad Ali for religious reasons, but he was born and raised in which Kentucky city? So we're looking for what city was he born and raised in, and it happens to be in Kentucky, so hopefully that narrows it down a little bit. Captain is my time, yes. I know my mom has raved about that show, so very aware of Captain Kangaroo in this family. Okay. Question 3 of the what's in the name round. The Snellen chart is used when you take what kind of exam? So that's a fun question. The Snellen chart is used when you take what kind of exam? Okay. Question 4, round 4. Which gentle flying creature is believed to have gotten its name in honor of King William III of England? Other common names include milkweed, common tiger, and wanderer. So, what gentle flying creature, or what we might call it, is believed to have gotten its name in honor of King William III of England? All right. Think about that one. What's the flying creature? As we move on to the 5th question, what common German word literally translates to double walker or double goer? It may generally refer to a person's double. What common German word literally translates to double walker or double goer? Okay. Question 6, what's in the name round? Excluding Earth, all planets were named after Roman gods except one. Name that planet, which was named after an ancient Greek king of the gods. So name that planet, basically, is the question here. But we're looking for a planet that was named after an ancient Greek god instead of a Roman god. Excluding Earth. So that's important. So don't write Earth. It's a great planet, but not for this answer. Okay. Question 7, round 4. This song, A Boy Named Sue, tells the tale of a young man's quest for revenge on a father who abandoned him at 3 years of age and named him Sue. But what recording legend sang it? So who sang this song called A Boy Named Sue? And that song tells the tale of a young man's quest for revenge on a father who abandoned him at 3 years old, and named him Sue. Looking for the singer here. As we move on to question 8, round 4. The ancient Near East, home to some of the most recognizable of ancient civilizations. It's the region of Mesopotamia, and it means the land between the rivers. But can you name the 2 rivers? So we're looking for the 2 rivers that refer to the land between the rivers when we speak of the region Mesopotamia. And Mesopotamia is the ancient Near East home to some of the most recognizable of ancient civilizations. So didn't really have a question in there, but again, we're looking for the 2 rivers. In this case, we are looking for both of them for 1 point. So sorry about that, but you'll have to name both of them if you can. And I don't think this is a hint, but spelling will not count when we're scoring these. Okay. And question 9. Which 20th century president's nickname was Mr. Nice Guy because of his clean cut and nonpartisan image? So 20th century president, again, another US president question. Whose nickname was Mr. Nice Guy because of his clean cut and nonpartisan image? Think about that. And last question for round 4. What's in the name? The glabella is the name of what space area on a person's face? You can use my face for reference if you need to get a visual here. But the glabella is the name of what space or area on a person's face? So we're looking for that area. I'm not signing anything. I'm just scratching my head. All right. So when you think you know or are ready to submit, feel free to do that. I'll check how we're doing because I know everyone's doing awesome, but I want to check how you're doing with the scores and the answers. Okay. These are coming in quickly. Nice. So I think we are ready to move on to the answers for round 3, the flags. Hopefully this was an exciting round for you all. Little visual. I'm getting a little bit of lag here. Let's see if I'm still good. I think I'm lagging a little, Sarah. There we go.
I'm plugging into the Ethernet.
I am. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, here we are. Just a little slow. We're good. Round 3, question 1. We're looking for the Czech Republic, but I think it's been branded now. It's Czechia. So do you know that? Kudos. Nice job. This is the Bahamas. So pretty close to the US. Maybe you got that one. Egypt here. Another Egypt question. Nice. This is Brazil. Almost gave away the FIFA thing here, but hopefully you knew Brazil. Wales. Very good. It's a cool flag. Switzerland. You can see that it's square, so maybe that helped. Or maybe you just knew it. Nice job. Kazakhstan. It's a cool flag. The colors are really cool. Maybe you knew that one. Cameroon is the African country here that it's representing this round. It's a good one. Iceland. And lastly, Japan. Nice. Maybe a very well-known flag. It's pretty cool. All right. As we tally the round 3 answers. Let me find, pulling it up here on my phone. But you guys are doing awesome. So, again, in the order that was presented to me, the Brewer Bunch got 6 that round. Their total is 21. The Young and the Rest of Us got 5 that round, and they are at 18, while the VeggieTale Gang got 4 and are at 17. Team Zoe got 4 and they're at 13. Defying Gravitrivia got 4. They're at 16, while 82 Ham Fam got another perfect 10. Really, really good job. And they're at 30, while the Despicables got 5 and they're at 11. Lucky Bobs got 3. They're at 12. Chat GP Trivia Champs got 3 and are at 11. And I think my math is right on these, but it is Excel. We're at Super Swanks with 3 points. No, 5 points. I'm sorry. So my math is right. And they're at 11 points also. So you guys are doing awesome. Really good. Flags seems to be kind of a little bit of a harder round. So noted, but hopefully it was interesting for you all as we move to the final round. Pop meets the movies. So here we're looking for pop stars who appeared in movies. I looked up 6 of them. You can score us down. I'm not really sure what your name is, but that's okay. Lagging a little bit. Sorry. We'll get through this. Is it lagging on your end?
I'm not on.
Oh, okay. I'll wait. Wonder if it's... I'm just going to wait until I can see it on my end that it's working. Come on, Zoom, work with me. Okay. Sorry. Click. Oh. Oh yeah. Sorry, y'all. It's just my screen that's lagging a little. I'm gonna go back. Okay. Come on, load. View, slideshow. Okay. Sorry, thanks for your patience. We're looking for pop stars in movies. So, question 1, round 5. This boy band member, or heartthrob, played Cousin Angelo in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. So name that boy band member. All right. Question 2, round 5. Which French cabaret singer became a major Hollywood star with his Oscar-nominated performance in the 1929 musical comedy The Love Parade? So you got to go back almost 100 years here to get this one. Or, I mean, you could know it and just not even have to go back that far. But if you're a well-known Oscar fan, or perhaps French cabaret singer knower, this person became a major Hollywood star with his Oscar-nominated performance in the 1929 musical comedy The Love Parade. Question 3. Which country star showed his gifts for playing malevolent lowlifes in the movies Sling Blade and the cramped thriller Panic Room? So, which country star showed his gifts for playing malevolent lowlifes in the movie Sling Blade and the cramped thriller Panic Room? So maybe you are a country music fan, Maybe you're a movie fan, or maybe you're both, and ideally would know this. It's a tough one. Question 4. Ease on down the road by naming these two legendary pop icons who starred in The Wiz. So 1 point for each. Ease on down the road by naming these two legendary pop icons who appeared and starred in The Wiz. They are, yeah, so 1 point for each. You can, if you know any, name them. Hopefully you do. So I guess total of 11 this round. 11 points up for grabs. We're looking at question 5. This pop artist made a bit more than a cameo appearance in this 2019 comedy fantasy film that explores the totally unfab idea of what life would be like if the Beatles never existed. So maybe you've seen that movie before from 2019, and there's a particular pop artist in that movie who makes more than a cameo. We want you to name that person. Okay. Name the pop artist here, not the movie. The artist. Question 6. Who played rapper B Rabbit in the 2002 Curtis Hanson directed flick? So we're not giving you a lot of details there besides the director, I guess, and the year, but maybe rapper will help. Who played rapper B Rabbit in the 2002 Curtis Hanson directed flick? Okay, let's go to question 7. Think about that and think about this. Which powerhouse singer was in the 1992 movie The Bodyguard, where she fittingly stars as a diva named Rachel Marin at the height of her stardom? So we're narrowing it down by the telling you the word she here fittingly stars as a diva, but maybe you knew it even before I got that far. Which powerhouse singer was in the 1992 movie The Bodyguard? She fittingly stars as a diva named Rachel Marin. Okay. Only 3 more questions. Make or break the, whole game. But which red hot singer landed a role in the much anticipated blockbuster From Here to Eternity? And hint, rumor has it that he scared the studio boss with his connections into giving him the role. So again, there's a little bit of a hint all around. Which red hot singer landed a role in the much anticipated blockbuster From Here to Eternity and potentially scared the studio into giving him the role at the time? I'm sure you all can get this one. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Let's go to question 9. In 2017, she earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress as well as Best Original Song nod for Mighty River, making her the first person to ever be nominated for an acting and music Oscar in the same year. So I will read that again. She earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress as well as Best Original Song, and that was for Mighty River, and it made her the first person to ever be nominated for an acting and music Oscar in the same year. Pretty cool fact. Again, if you know your music or movies or both, I guess that's kind of the whole category here. But if you're an Oscar fan, maybe you've seen this question before or just know it. And then final question, round 5, end of the night, people. Getting there. You're all doing really good. But can you get this one? Which pop star played Gazelle in the 2016 Disney animated film Zootopia? And I can confirm that I have seen this, and it's one of my favorite films. But who played the pop star named Gazelle in this 2016 Disney animated film Zootopia? If you haven't seen it, please do. Watch it after this if you'd like. I would recommend it. All right. Nice job, everyone. Let me look at the answers coming in whenever you let me refresh this to make sure my stream's looking good still. Yep, it looks good. There it is. Okay. So whenever you get those answers in, I'll just take a look, make sure people are answering. Yep, some are coming in. You guys are doing awesome. So we're going to move on to what we have next. Oh, it's another it's another slide. So I have quick note again before we get to the next round of answers, but here are some shots from our kids at the fall retreat. Chittenden County Wildlife 10 spots available for youth to attend camp this summer, and money donated tonight are specifically to send these children to camp. And the kids, they also actually earn the money themselves by doing community service. So that's kind of a cool fun fact. And yeah, just letting you know about that and camp and everything. This is from, again, the fall retreat. So I wanted to share that as we move on to the answers, highly also anticipated answers from round 4. What's in a name? So at this point, questions are on. We'll go over answers to round 4 and then round 5, and then we'll get the final scores tallied for you all. I know you're really excited about these answers. So, round 4. Click. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. Let's go back. Really doesn't want me to go back. Yep, there it is. Anatolia is the ancient name known for the country of Turkey. Nice job. Louisville or Louisville, but probably more so Lowville is where the name of the Kentucky city. Nice job, everyone. We're looking for an eye exam. So you've probably all seen, literally seen this chart. When you take an eye exam, we're looking for the monarch butterfly here. I know a few people just said butterfly. I think we gave you half a point for that. I think being like a name round, we were looking for a monarch, like King of England. So we gave you half a point if you said just butterfly. So hang in there. Looking for doppelganger. This is the German word, literally translates to double walker or double goer. And this is Uranus, which, fun fact, I think maybe I weirdly worded the question. Greek king of the gods, Uranus, or Uranos, as it's named after, is the Greek god of the sky. Makes sense then that it's, in the sky. Hopefully you knew that one. We're looking for Johnny Cash. If you're a Johnny Cash fan, or maybe just the music fan, or knew that one. Looking for the two rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. Nice job, everyone. Gerald Ford is the 20th century president, nicknamed Mr. Nice Guy. And then last question of round 4 was between the eyebrows. Glabella is a name for what space area of the person's face between the eyebrows. Hopefully you got that one. Let's look at the scores from round 4. My awesome scorekeepers are keeping me very honest with the timing here, doing an awesome job. Round 4 score updates. You guys did awesome this round. The Brewer Bunch, 7.5. Your total is at 28.5. While the Young and the Rest of Us got an 8.5, and your score is at 26.5. The VeggieTale Gang got 5, and you're at 22. Team Zoe, 7, with a total of 20. Defying Gravitrivia, also 7, and your total is 23. 82 Ham Fam, 5.5 points, and your total is 35.5. I think we got a text about that, but that's all right. Despicables, 7 points here, with a total of 18. Nice job. Lucky Bobs, with 4 points that round, total of 16. And Chat GP Trivia Champs, with 5, your total is at 16. And then lastly, in this order, is the Super Swanks, with a 6 that round. You got 17 points total. As we move on to the final answers. Pop meets the movies. Pop stars who appeared in movies. Answers. Going right into it. Bum, 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 bum. This boy band member played Cousin Angelo in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That's Joey Fatone from, that's right, NSYNC. Nice job. Maurice Chevalier. Which French cabaret singer? 1929 musical comedy The Love Parade. Which country star showed his gifts for playing the malevolent lowlifes in these movies? It's Dwight Yoakam. Nice job. And then the 2 pop stars in The Wiz, we're looking for Michael Jackson and Diana Ross. So you just needed to name those stars. We're just giving you the characters that they played. So 1 point for each. Hope you got that. And then Ed Sheeran was in the movie. It's called Yesterday, right? I think it's called Yesterday. Yeah. And the movie's pretty good. Where what would life be like if the Beatles never existed? So Ed Sheeran. Question 5. Eminem was the rapper. I believe that was in 8 Mile. So without giving that movie away, maybe that would have been helpful. Question 6. Moving for Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. Question 8 was Frank Sinatra. If you've heard that story before, seen that movie, or know the singer, I'm sure you do. Question 9. Mary J. Blige was the first person to ever be nominated for acting and music in the same year. And then 10. The last question answer of the night is Shakira. So hopefully you knew that one as well, or have seen that movie. Awesome job, everybody. Before we move on to the where do I have I don't have a note, but that's okay. We're gonna move on. And while you're waiting on the final scores, they're being tallied as we speak. I know it's very high speed over here, but we've got a fun video to show you. I think this should be working fine. I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds because I'm not sure if the audio will play, but that's okay. If it doesn't play, don't worry about it because I don't want the speakers to be blowing up. I'll turn it down over here. This is Lake Champion Wildlife. So it's just a promo, give you kind of an idea of what Young Life Camp looks like. If it will load. It's been a little slow. I may have to skip it if it's not going to load. And that's okay. As we potentially wait. You know what? It might be working. It just might be my stream. There it goes. We got like YouTube live streamed on YouTube on a PowerPoint on YouTube. So it's probably a little bit of going like this, but really appreciate you being with us here. It's a little bit slow, so I'm actually just going to click along. Need to refresh is really what I need to do. So final scores. I'm going to leave this slide up And again, to learn more about Chittenden County Young Life, which you're all here to kind of celebrate as we do trivia night, there's a donation link there. Really want to just shout out before we get to the final scores, Sarah and my mom, Trisha, who were doing the scorekeeping. So feel free to give them a shout out in the chat if you're still with us. I've got totals here, and I'm going to try to do them in order if that's cool with everybody. Good with scores. Okay, let me see. Can you sort that?
No.
Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay, thank you. Somebody gave me the final scores. Okay, we're gonna start with, if that's cool with everyone, we're gonna lead up to the top scorers. So with 18 points tonight, we've got Chat GPT Trivia Champs with 18. Really good job. Next up, we've got the Despicables, followed by Lucky Bobs with 21 and 22, respectively. And then Super Swanks doing a really good job of just hitting it in round 2 and going straight up with 24. Super Swanks, really good job. 25, we have Team Zoe. And then with 30 points, we have Defying Gravitrivia, followed by, with 31, the VeggieTale Gang. Did I miss anyone here as we go to our final 3? In third place, with 34.5 points, is the Brewer Bunch. And then, with a final round score of 10, wow, awesome job, bumping you up to 36.5, is the Young and the Rest of Us in second place. Really good job. Which means that our friends 82 Ham Fam have won the evening with a total of 40.5 points. Everyone give yourselves a round of applause. Thanks for being here with us. I'll be hanging out in the chat for a little while, and thanks for all of your patience with the technical difficulties, but I hope you had fun nonetheless. So really appreciate you coming out on a Friday night, seriously, Friday night, to be online when you could be, looking at the stars, looking at the planets. Awesome. Thanks. See y'all. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Let's try to clock out here. Back to meeting. I don't know if I can. Pause share. This is where it gets really humorous for everybody if you stick around. So funny.
You can mute it.
Yes, I could mute myself. You're right. Quit Zoom. Now let's just return to meeting. Wanna stop share.